got changed from the meeting today that I was at. It was a lovely meeting in Bonita at Gospel Baptist Church, and I'm getting ready for bed, but I actually was already reading over some other things for tomorrow. But before I get too sidetracked, we're going to continue in the book of Samuel, 1 Samuel chapter 7 and 8 today. I know you might be a little leery of that because it's 2 chapters, but chapter 7 is really short, so it'll be okay. And we're going to continue to talk about Samuel and what's going on with him and the ark of the Lord and the Philistines and their gangs. The Philistine gangs, they all kind of, if you don't know who they are, you kind of will get used to it as you hear their names. But Gath and Ekron, I mean, these are the gangs of the Philistines. And we know gangs by different names and things like that, but that helps you kind of remember because they're the bad guys, right? Not doing good things. And so we're going to read 1 Samuel chapter 7 through 8 and Psalm 13. And we'll ask the Lord to open thou mine eyes that I may behold wondrous things out of thy law. Psalm 119, verse 18. And we'll begin in 1 Samuel chapter 7, verse 1. And the men of G.R.O.W came and fetched up the ark of the Lord, and brought it into the house of Abinadab in the hill, and sanctified Eleazar his son to keep the ark of the Lord. So we should say, woohoo, rejoice, it's back with Israel. And it came to pass while the ark abode in Kirjath-jearim, the time was long, for it was 20 years. And all the house of Israel lamented after the Lord. And Samuel spake unto all the house of Israel, saying, If ye do return unto the Lord with all your hearts, then put away the strange gods at Ashtaroth from among you, and prepare your hearts unto the Lord, and serve him only, and he will deliver you out of the hand of the Philistines. Then the children of Israel did put away Balaam and Ashtaroth, and serve the Lord only. And Samuel said, Gather all Israel to Mizpah, and I will pray for you unto the Lord. And they gathered together to Mizpah, and drew water, and poured it out before the Lord, and fasted on that day, and said there, We have sinned against the Lord. And Samuel judged the children of Israel in Mizpah. And when the Philistines heard that the children of Israel were gathered together to Mizpah, the lords of the Philistine went up against Israel. And when the children of Israel heard it, they were afraid of the Philistines. And the children of Israel said to Samuel, Cease not to cry unto the Lord our God for us, that he will save us out of the hand of the Philistines. Hello, and if you're just joining, we are in 1 Samuel chapter 7 in the Bible. That's what we're reading. 1 Samuel chapter 7, verse 9. We just got through to verse 9. And Samuel took a sucking lamb and offered it for a burnt offering wholly unto the Lord. And Samuel cried unto the Lord, and Israel and the Lord heard him. And as Samuel was offering up the burnt offering, the Philistines drew near to the battle against Israel. But the Lord thundered with a great thunder on the day upon the Philistines, and discomfited them, and they were smitten before Israel. So the thunder roared, and they were out of there. It's verse 11. And the men of Israel went out of Mizpah, and pursued the Philistines, and smote them until they came unto Bethkar. Then Samuel took a stone, and it said between Mizpah and Shen, and called the name of it Ebenezer, saying, Hitherto hath the Lord helped us. So the Philistines were subdued, and they came no more into the coast of Israel, and the hand of the Lord was against the Philistines all the day of Samuel. And the cities which the Philistines had taken from Israel were restored to Israel. Man, this is just a great day altogether. So, from Ekron even unto Gath, and the coast thereof, did Israel deliver out of the hands of the Philistines, and there was peace between Israel and the Amorites. And Samuel judged Israel all the days of his life, and he went from year to year and circled to Bethel and Gilgal and Mizpah, and judged Israel in all those places. And his return was to Ramah, for there was his house. And there he judged Israel, and there he built an altar unto the Lord. 1 Samuel chapter 8 and verse 1. And it came to pass when Samuel was old, that he made his sons judges over Israel. Now the name of his first one firstborn was Joel, and the name of the second Abiah. They were judges in Beersheba. And his sons walked not in his ways, but turned aside after lucre, and took bribes, and perverted judgment. And then all the elders of Israel gathered themselves together, and came to Samuel unto Ramah, and said unto him, Behold, thou art old, and thy sons walk not in thy ways. Now make us a king to judge us like all the nations. They wanted to be like all the other nations, but the problem was they weren't supposed to be like all the other nations. They were a chosen nation, but this is what they want. So they're telling Samuel's verse 6. But the thing displeased Samuel when they said, Give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto the Lord, and the Lord said unto Samuel, Hearken unto the voice of the people and all that they say unto thee, for they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me. Then I should not reign over them, according to all the works which they have done since the day that I brought them up out of Egypt. He brought them up out of Egypt, even unto this day, wherewith they have forsaken me and served other gods. So do they also unto thee. Now therefore hearken unto their voice, howbeit yet protest solemnly unto them, and show them the manner of the king that shall reign over them. And Samuel told all the words of the Lord unto the people that asked of him a king. And he said, This will be a manner of the king that shall reign over you. He will take your sons and appoint them for himself, for his chariots, and to be his horsemen, and some shall run before his chariots. And he will appoint him captains over thousands and captains over fifties, and will set them to ear his ground and to reap his harvest and to make his instruments of war and instruments of his chariots. And he will take your daughters to be confectionaries and to be cooks and to be bakers. And he will take your fields and your vineyards and your olive yards, even the best of them, and give them to his servants. And he will take the tenth of your seed and of your vineyards, and give to his officers and to his servants. And he will make your men servants, and your maid servants, and your goodliest young men, and your asses, and put them to his work. He will take the tenth of your sheep, and ye shall be his servants. And ye shall cry out in that day because of your king, which ye shall have chosen, you, and the Lord will not hear you in that day. Nevertheless, the people refused to obey the voice of Samuel, and they said, Nay, but will we have a king over us? Like, okay, we heard all what you said, but we don't really care. Nah, like, we still want this. So, verse 20, that we also may be like all the nations, that our king may judge us and go out before us and fight our battles. And Samuel heard all the words of the people, and he rehearsed them in the ears of the Lord. And the Lord said to Samuel, Hearken unto their voice, and make them a king. And Samuel said unto the men of Israel, Go ye every man unto his city. So in the space of 8 verses here from chapter 8, verse 11 through 18, Samuel warns the people of several painful consequences of having a king. And he tells them, this will happen. You will have this happen, and you will have this happen. Like the tall tale signs of all the things to come if they have a king. And they still don't listen. They're like, nay, but we still want a king. We want him to fight our battles. We want this. So we will find out tomorrow how this goes, choosing a king. When they were told it's not a good idea, the Lord doesn't want them to do it that way. So where did Samuel judge Israel? At first he judged them in Mizpah. And what was wrong with Samuel's sons when he appointed them? They had a problem. They walked not in his ways, not the same way of Samuel, and they were after lucre. They took bribes. And they perverted judgments. So this was a big problem. And wanting a king, who were the people actually rejecting? They were actually rejecting the Lord. So it seems like they're rejecting Samuel's words, but Samuel's words are coming from the Lord, so they're rejecting him. The people of Israel wanted a king so they could be like all the nations. And that's a problem when we start comparing ourselves amongst ourselves. God doesn't always want the same for us. He's chosen some different things for us. So we're also we'll continue in that, the life of Samuel and Israelites tomorrow. But before I go, we're going to read in Psalm 13. Please visit my village in India and bring me Jesus. Oh, that I could go. I will definitely be praying for your village in India. I have a missionary friend that's out there. I know it's a hard place to be. But if you want to, you're welcome to listen, and you could bring anybody if you know, if they can understand with me. They're more than welcome to read the Bible together, and we can go through the Bible, and I hope you will learn about Jesus through His Word. So you're always welcome to join every time I have His Word open as we speak about what He has for us. So we're going to continue in verse 13, Psalm 13. Psalm 13. How long wilt thou forget me, O Lord, forever? How long wilt thou hide thy face from me? How long shall I take counsel in my soul, having sorrow in my heart daily? How long shall mine enemy be exalted over me? Consider and hear me. O Lord my God, lighten mine eyes, lest I sleep the sleep of death, lest mine enemies say, I prevailed against him, and those that trouble me rejoice when I am moved. But I have trusted in the mercy. My heart shall rejoice in thy salvation. I will sing unto the Lord because he hath dealt bountifully with me. And the Lord has dealt bountifully with us all. He is so good to us. And I pray that I get to see you all tomorrow and that you'll be in your place at your church. And so, looking forward to what God has for each one of us in His Word tomorrow as we go and worship Him in His church. And we will continue in the life of Samuel and see what happens. Have a blessed night.